Good evening. What is the plan? Is the government's strategy to release us from lockdown at the point in the virus's trajectory when the NHS is no longer under such severe strain, or to wait until new cases are so low and the vaccine rollout so high that it's virtually suppressed? There was good news today from the Office of National Statistics that virus cases are going down across the UK. In Scotland, the figure is 1 in 150. In Wales, 1 in 85. In England, it's 1 in 80, and in Northern Ireland, 1 in 75. Our health correspondent Deb Cohen investigates what clues the data is giving us about the end of our lockdown days. Deb Cohen, well, let's talk about that now. Joining me is Richard Horton, editor of the Lancet Medical Journal, and the Conservative MP Damien Green, former First Secretary of State. Good evening to both of you. Richard Horton, first of all, as a society, do you think that we have grasped the impact that COVID will have on us, and for how long?
I'm afraid not at all. I think we've taken far too...
We know that COVID has hit the most vulnerable hardest, but for one part of the community in particular, it need not have been this way. People who have a disability have been disproportionately affected by COVID. The most recent ONS figures were stark. Almost 6 out of every 10 people who died with coronavirus in England last year had a level of disability. The figures suggest the risk of death is 3 times greater for more severely disabled people. And the national disability charity SEND said that throughout the pandemic, people with a disability have been largely forgotten, left without sufficient support, information and communication. I'm joined by the crossbench peer and winner of 11 Paralympian gold. Tanni Thompson, thank you very much indeed. At the end of this weekend, in all likelihood, by dint of Senate arithmetic, Donald Trump will emerge from his second impeachment trial with a verdict of not guilty. He's holed up in his Mar-a-Lago resort and exiled from social media. He's never been so silent. He could be free to take another shot at the presidency, but as the weather vane turned away from Donald Trump, the man who put Republicans in power in 2016 and who for the next 4 years was able to whip up a storm. Our US correspondent David Grossman reports.
As impeachment.
David Grossman, well, theatre has been in a precarious place since coronavirus, but as the weather warms, it's not only the cultural organisations who are used to staging plays outdoors who are making ready their summer programming. Companies including the National Theatre of Scotland and the National Theatre of Wales have reimagined where and how they'll perform in response to long-term social distancing. Out of a crisis can come an opportunity to attract new audiences and tell stories differently.
People that work in the arts.
We are expecting that there'll be some measure of social distancing will remain even throughout the summer, which means, and we just saw, the extraordinary new theatre being built in Suffolk there, which obviously will be able to cope with social distancing. But I wonder, is the experience different when people can't, as it were, sit close together and feel that comfort of each other watching something together? So, many different theatre companies already do a measure of outside work. We've already seen that. But actually, there'll be an exponential increase in that. And I wonder if that'll lead to different kinds of work, new work, and different audiences, as we heard there.
Yeah, I think that, well, first...
Just time for tomorrow morning's front pages and The Sun exclusive good booze. April the 1st, pubs will reopen in 2 months, outdoor beers and food too, according to The Sun. The Daily Telegraph. Now, we hope to live with COVID-like flu by the end of the year. And on the right-hand side there, Sunak could extend stamp duty holiday by 6 weeks. And then finally onto the Times, and they have the big story that there is a huge fall in COVID patients. Leaked data show virus cases plummeting, hospitalisations to half within a month. Well, that's all from us. Have a lovely weekend from all of us here. Goodbye.